want to know about who sexual criminals are. Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dana and I'm your Prime Minister. First of all, I want to thank you all for having such a wonderful debate. Do you know about Woo Do-sun? He is a horrible sexual criminal who made victims live in permanent agony and psychological trauma. His crime is too terrible to explain to you. She passed out in pain and her organ got ruptured. Something that even animals wouldn't do, we humans do. Criminal is going to get out of prison after a few years. This girl, Na-young, pleads to you don't make same victim as her. So, to prevent such tragedy, our team strongly claims that sexual criminals' personal records should be informed on public. I will talk about the recidivism rate and how sexual criminals also agree on this system. And our Deputy Prime Minister, Gauss, will talk about sexual criminals' opportunity to self-reflect and repeat his sin. Finally, Reply and Adult will make our final statement. First, I believe the recidivism rate of sexual crime will be lower when we are aware of their personal records. Each cannot commit crime again because people will be more careful. According to Ministry of Gender Equality and Family, just 0.1% of criminals committed recidivism again after their personal records being informed. The opposing side may say that sexual crimes rate increased from 2000 and 2007. However, the disclosure system is started from 2010. The disclosure system of personal information of sexual offenders does have preventive effects. Second, sexual criminals also agreed to enforce the disclosure system. Many people are saying disclosure system violates sexual criminals' rights. However, sexual criminals also agreed on this disclosure system. According to the Commission on Young Protection, 40% of sexual criminals answered disclosure system is very effective and 50% of criminals answered effective. It keeps them from the temptation of their horrible desire. The opposing side may claim that sexual criminals' personal records shouldn't go public, considering their human rights. We believe that safety of general public should always come first. Our opinion is more socially beneficial because people will know the consequence of violating others' rights. Ladies and gentlemen, please support our cause and give your vote to our team. Thank you. And PY?
After disclosed personal information, instance of prevent crime.
One more time, please.
After disclosure personal information, instance of prevent crime.
Does it have actual preventive effect?
I said just 0.1% of criminals committed recidivism again after their personal records being informed. Thank you. And PY? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Donna. Now from the opposition team, Kyle. Okay. Ella, please.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your leader of opposition, Ella, and I represent the opposing side. Personal entrepreneur should not be disclosed. I want this way to benefit all of us. Our point can be divided into three parts. First, as a leader of opposition, we'll talk about social aspect. We are going to discuss of this issue. Next, deputy leader of opposition will talk about whether the system will be effective in preventing more crimes. And Reply will give a final statement. First of all, we do not disagree on the idea that a disclosure system will be effective in preventing future crime. However, there is something not right about this. Firstly, rather than disclosing sex offenders' personal information, we should first give a fair sentence to criminals. Maximum, person term given to sexual crime was 30 years. Do you know about Na-young incident? This case caused much controversy. The criminals who brutally assaulted the child got punishment only 12 years instead of 25. Increasing the sentence is our primary concern. But we can go against our Constitution, Article Paragraph 12, Act 3. Another reason is that if we disclose personal information, it can have negative influence criminal's family who has done nothing wrong. According to Constitution, Article 13, Paragraph 1, nobody should be punished twice for one crime. In other words, disclosure personal information is like punishing people twice. Therefore, as violation of human rights. It goes against our Constitution, Article 13, Paragraph 1 Act. That's why we disapprove of disclosing sex offenders' personal information. Next, Deputy Leader of Opposition will continue to argue on the matter of vegans will be effective in preventing future crime. Thank you. MTY? Yes?
You said disclosure system is double punishment, but according to justice, disclosing system of personal information of sex offender is legal.
Right, but this is always guess the preventing crime. NPY? Thank you.
Thank you. Next person, please. Hannah? I'm sorry, Gauss from the opposition team. 최웅재 학생. Please, everyone.
Imagine the criminals and you have happy life because criminals self-reflect, then how would you feel? Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gauss and I'll be your Deputy Prime Minister. First of all, I want to thank you for listening to my speech. The leader of opposition presented opinion that disclosure system is double punishment. But I did not agree with this. Women and children are weaker than adult men. We have duty to protect and respect their human rights. You might think we also have to protect sexual criminal rights too. However, sexual criminals have to respect victims' rights first, and they can say, please respect our rights. The personal record gave us about criminal information, like age, height, and their face. According to disclosure system of personal information, we can open personal record maximum 10 years. Not only that, disclosing system can make sexual criminals to self-reflect about their crime. When the personal record informed, the people will avoid him and don't want to around with him. But criminals may want to live around people and live as before. So, they can self-reflect and try to live a new life. This can be also prevent sexual crime. The sexual criminal personal record should be disclosed. It will make happy country. Also, it makes neighbor friendlier. The Korea recidivism will be getting lower in every year. Thank you.
Thank you.
In Korean constitutional law, we can find out the article that every human have the right to pursue their happiness. They have compared to for sex offenders human rights. Can you repeat it one more time? In Korean constitutional law, we can find out the article that every human have the right to pursue their happiness. They have compared to for sex offenders human rights.
So in the Constitution it says every Korean citizen has the right to pursue happiness. Then what about the ex-convict? Don't they have the right as well?
Yeah. Of course, every Koreans have rights to pursue happiness. But sexual criminals, sexual criminal infringe victims' rights first. So they against the law.
Okay.
Any PY?
Any other POI?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so 이제 마지막 최종 진술 시간이고요. 다들 긴장했나요? 배연주 학생이 why are you sitting there? 헤나 학생이 Deputy Leader of Opposition으로서 반박을 하겠습니다. 최홍재 학생의 의견에 대해서 반박을 하겠습니다. So, please, let's welcome her to a podium.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your Deputy Leader, Sally. First of all, I want to thank you for having such a wonderful debate. Do you think we have to disclose our public sector crime record or not? I don't think not. Previously, the Prime Minister presented her opinion that the sexual crime report can prevent recidivism. However, according to the police, after introducing public sexual crime report, 6855 cases to 8732 cases in 2007. So, the system is probably not effective. This is an increase of 27%. Also, the opponents argue that for the parents of children can give a peace of mind. However, the peace of mind is taken away their ex-convicts. They have to give up marriage, life, work, outlook, and chance to pursue happiness in our society. Again, we strongly claim Medel's law has practical benefits in preventing recidivism. If we don't disclose our crime report, we would rise dramatically. We have to provide criminal groups some help as well. Quality monitoring and treatment and psychological help is needed. We should focus on giving help, not giving punishment. And also, this system could lead to networking among sexual predators. And most people on the list would have a hard time getting a job with this system. It takes away their honor and their right to pursue happiness. This practice extends offender sentence. Also, people with similar names or similar face can get damage for citizens. With this disclosure system, we should guarantee sex offenders privacy and the right for the second opportunity. I will tell you one more thing. We can use the electronic bracelet. When sex offenders commit a crime, then we can track him down easily and quickly. So, we don't have to disclose our public sexual crime report. Ladies and gentlemen, please support our cause and give your vote to our team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, you gave evidence from 2007, but disclosure system started from 2010. You give evidence from 2007, right? But disclosure system started from 2010.
Okay, so what's the question?
So it can't give disclosure system is not preventive, so can you give another evidence?
So from 2007 to 2010, you say that the crime rate has decreased. Increased. Right? But disclosure system was put in effect from 2010. So she's saying that disclosure system has nothing to do with increasing the crime rate. Okay, very challenging question.
You're right, but we have to provide criminal groups and some help to do in sexual crime offenders.
Okay, so it's more important to give the help, not to focus on the punishment, right? Okay, thank you. One more POI? Yeah.
You said criminals have to get social life like married. But I think when victims is told, then they will think it's very shame. So I think they can't get their social life.
Well, can you repeat the question one more time, please?
You said criminals have to get social life. But when victim is child, then they will think it's very shame, so they can't have social life very well. Your thinking is right.
But a child, victim will child, and child can get monitoring like that, but the offender have to give up their all of things of life.
Okay, thank you. 자, 가버먼 팀에서 마지막으로 발표할 학생은 유지원 학생 애너벨이고요. 마지막 최종 진술하겠습니다. 애너벨, please.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your reply, Annabelle. Today, we're here to discuss a resolution. The disclosure system of personal information should come into action, and I represent the supporting side. Dana, Gauss, and I, the three of our team believes that recidivism rate would be lower with the disclosure system. According to Ministry of Gender Equality and Families, 0.1% of criminals committed recidivism. Second, most sexual criminals would also agree to this system. According to Commission on Youth Protection, 90% of sexual criminals answered disclosure system is effective. And who can reserve disclosure system which is agreed by sexual criminals? Lastly, criminals can self-reflect and will not commit recidivism again. Then neighbor will be safe from crimes because criminals will stop to commit crime and they can have very happy life. Opposing side said disclosure system is double punishment. However, I believe it's fair with victims and criminals because victims have very deep scar, so double punishment is not disadvantage for criminals. Also, according to justice, disclosure system of personal information of sexual offenders is legal. Therefore, I believe our team deserves to win the debate. Thank you.
Predators come to prison identifiable, publicly punished, and same thing as punishing people twice. This is against our constitution. How about your thing?
Can you say one more time, please?
Predators come to prison identifiable, publicly punished, and same thing as punishing people twice. This is against our constitution.
So
How about your thing?
So she thinks that it's a double punishment. Disclosure system is a double punishment, and it goes against our constitution. And she's asking about your opinion.
That I said victims have more big scar, so I don't think criminals scar because they did force very bad thing, so their scar is not very big, and victims' scar is more big.
Criminals have the initial responsibility.
Yes.
Okay.
Any people